Scorpio, as soon as I thought of doing your reading, a song came into my mind, and it's called Who Knew? So that is the theme, okay? I don't know why, I don't know how it's going to come about, but I am going to throw a couple of cards for it. Who knew? Who knew? Now, when we're dealing with a Scorpio, ooh, my first thought is you did. Because my theory about Scorpios is that they know nearly everything on some level, usually a very deep one. Sometimes you don't know that you know it yourself, but I think Scorpio works at lots of different levels all the time. Let me know in the comment section. Ooh, yeah, definitely. I'm a Pisces, so I feel like we have that in common, the water thing, but very different. Scorpios, you've got Mars, you've got Pluto, you've got a depth and a darkness that I like, but I can't share it, okay? So tell me as much as you can tell me. I'm feeling here, we get the moon, okay, which is, when you get the moon, and this is the Wild Unknown Tarot, which is particularly good for this kind of almost shadow reading, but not quite shadow reading. Scorpio, the moon, you've always got the scorpion. Here we have it. Actually does say Scorpio, but I don't think you can actually see that. See? Scorpio. You have often like the scorpion, and you have this moon, and you have this feeling of not quite knowing what's going on, but knowing something's going on. So that's it's like a liminal space. It's treading the line between having your hunches and having your intuitions. And that's what we've got here with the Daughter of Cups as well. Daughter of Cups is the Page of Cups. Isn't that gorgeous as well? Like baby swan, bit of colour. In fact, matching the top. No coincidences, Scorpio, no coincidences. This Major Arcana card tells me two things. One, it does tell me that there are some things you can't know. But funnily enough, and this happens a lot, Scorpio, I was round my mum's last night. She made some food. She lived around the corner. Nice setup. She made some food. It was a ginger and orange chicken curry. Oh my God, absolutely amazing. Let me know if you want the recipe. I'll give it to you. And she said, there's a thing called the known unknown. I know, my mum, a very northern woman, and really doesn't like anything fancy, completely psychic, in complete denial. Do you know what I mean? One of those. But she just said, I was just thinking about how fascinating the known unknown is. And I had heard that somewhere else as well. And I'm hearing it for you, because that's exactly what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, you know what you don't know, which in itself, what do they call that? It's a paradox. Scorpio, who knew it was going off in this direction? Not me. Okay, let's tease it out, as the actress said to the bishop, and see what we've got. We're going to do a general reading at the top. It's all right, I'm in my channeling zone, so I can't think straight. General reading at the top, channeled messages, whatever pops out. Then we'll do a love reading underneath on this part, and I'll show you the table in a minute with the cards on it, when there's some cards on it. There will be an extended love reading, so if the love reading really resonates, it's the first link in the description box. That's as much housekeeping as I can manage. I want to be channeling. Okay, top and bottom. I'm going to, like, full disclosure, feel weird about this card. Why do I feel weird about this? Ooh, why do I feel weird about this card? Although rainbow is like, it's becoming a theme for you. Father of Pentacles. This is the King of Pentacles. Father of Pentacles, divine masculine. Look at those antlers. I work out. That is, isn't it? It's divine masculine, which of course we all have. Some masculine. We're using it when we're looking for something. We're using it when we're on detective work. I'm going to come back to that. I also have the Fool. Now, it came out in the reverse, just for me, and let me know your thoughts on this too. As a tarot reader, I don't do reversals with the wild unknown. I know, I just don't. I can't quite get there. But what I do is I sort of acknowledge that it was in the reverse. We got the Fool. Now, this has been coming up. It's come up. It came up in the last lot of readings I did. It came up again for Cancerians, I think, this month. When you get the Fool, you've got this lovely little birdie, and it's a young bird learning to fly on the branch. You know, often the mother bird just like whacks it. Just like, get out. And it just, you know, it's like that. The Fool is a new beginning, a new cycle, but you're not sure. But who knew can also be very positive. Nice. Yeah. Page of Wands. Snake. And if we turn it sideways, Infinity. And Ouroboros. Got that whole Infinity, Ouroboros. Yes, there's a pattern repeating here. Yes, there's a pattern going back over itself. Maybe an opportunity to try something, to change something. There is a pattern repeating. But at the same time, it's also new. God, you've got an old cycle that's also a new cycle. Think about things like, if this is about a job, going back to old connections that you used to have for jobs. You know, friends, people, or jobs you got offered ages ago, or things you didn't follow up. We're talking a kind of back to the future vibe here. It can also be in your relationships, personal relationships, work relationships. It's about going back over and noticing what you missed the first time. Nice. 3 of Pentacles. We stick together, we're on the same page. This is teamwork, makes the dream work, and all that good stuff. But it's a very positive card. It says that you are in it together, you do it together, you are on the same page, even if it seems like you're not. Okay? Which I'm getting a sort of sense of alienation. It feels like you feel like you're not. It also feels, Scorpio, like you are having a bit of an awakening, which Scorpios do often, okay? Like mini awakenings happen all the time. But the other people, which could be your workmates, your friends, your colleagues, your family, whoever, they're not there yet, okay? You are like the harbinger. You're streaking ahead. You've got the flag. And they don't really know what you're on about. So who knew you and not them, okay? Yeah. Justice. This is karma, which I really, really like, actually. Major Arcana. So karma can be and is about revisiting the past, about karmic wheel, about the way that karma is interwoven into all the things we do. And I'm going to show you the cards while I'm here, now remember. Because now we can sort of see the pattern. Oh, God. That's it. Don't touch the camera, Gemma. Don't touch the camera. I want to take one more. This awkward feeling card here. Oh, I like that, actually. Now, 6 of Wands. But it's not your average 6 of Wands. It's not your average 6 of Wands. I also want this one. 10 of Swords. I don't mind that, actually. I'm having one more. You're like, Gemma, stop. Stop taking those cards. Hang on. It's like I'm spotting cards that definitely need to be out. This one definitely does. Oof. Is it just the one? Yeah. Look at that. Okay. I'm using a different deck for your love reading. We've got the Empress. Divine female energy. Very, very deep. Really rooty. Okay? Root ball energy. We're talking the mother tree. You know how the mother tree is said to be able to communicate with the other trees? She's leading. but she's kind of leading by example. So think of yourself, in some way you're a visionary at the moment, okay? You're leading something. It could be that you literally want to teach this as well. So you could have your own sort of social media, or you could be a teacher, or you're writing a book, or you're just putting some ideas together somehow. It's about healing. I mean, look at these three cards. We got the Ten of Swords, which is just, you know, this is the stuff of life that Scorpio does not shy away from. All this about mulch and eyeballs and worms and what goes on, you know. I always say that Scorpio are the kings and queens of the sewer. You know what's going on down underneath what my friend used to call the pattern of respectability of the pavement. You're interested in the real stuff. You are able to access the pain that you need to access. That's really important. You are able to set it free. You could be a therapist for other people. Scorpios make very good therapists and detectives. We have the Empress. You are guiding others in their journey of how to manage their pain through example, but the example is root orientated. It is not being told, you are showing, not telling. Good grief. You may be finding in your group of friends, I'm just going to move these up here because I'm going to get your love cards out, that you are now somehow in the mother role. You're sort of leading. This could be at work, this could be in your family. You're taking on that divine feminine leadership role, and it suits you and it will suit them. Now let's see if this also goes over into relationships. We're using the Scarlet Rose Tarot. Looks quite scorpionic, doesn't it? I know. Cracking good love tarot. Love it because it's slightly shadowy love. That card needs to come out. Oh, your cards are so specific today. He is ready to rock and roll. We got the King of Swords popping out. Big sword. Knows how to use it. Okay. Of course, traditionally air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius with our King of Swords. But I'm getting a little bit more than that. I'm just getting a feeling of intrigue and power. Oh gosh, hang on, one's on the floor. Nice. You get it again. Three of Pentacles. You and this person, whoever they are, you can work together really well. Now I know that doesn't sound very chicka-chicka, but not all of love is chicka-chicka. This is somebody, you know how they operate. And I don't know if you are actually in a relationship with this person. I feel like you know this person, but I don't really know how. And I don't know how relevant that is. You know them better than they know themselves, in the same way that you know how to access that hurt and guide others towards theirs. That is your story with the King of Swords. You know how to access their pain. What a strange reading. Three of Pentacles, like the scaffolding is there. You can work together on this, but do you want to? Should you? Let's have a look. Oh my God. Scorpios. I've been doing this for years and it's still, I still marvel. Oh, and you'll know this, some of you tarot readers, drop hello in the comments. When you know what the card's going to be. Do you know what I mean? You know what the card's going to be. And then it is. And I knew it. Seven of Swords. Okay, it's a very clear message. I'm taking one more here. with the Hanged Man. Okay, I got this message. I'm going to leave them like that because your cards are doing weird things of going, no, you want to take the third one from the left that's poking a millimetre out. You know, it's doing that kind of very specific thing. Okay. King of Swords, difficult dog to keep on the porch, I have to say. Complex character. Often challenged by talking about their feelings, but very endearing if you are a rescuer type of person. King of Swords has this combination of, and I keep getting Little Boy Lost, so I'm going to say that. Little Boy Lost, Mad Professor, and kind of Ice King. Now, some of you will remember, and tell me hello in the comments, I did a love reading a few months ago now, and the Ice King was under the ice. There was like, you could see this person frozen under the ice, but you couldn't reach them. There's something a bit unreachable about the King of Swords. Incredibly intriguing, especially to a Scorpio. You are a problem solver, you are a puzzler, you are good at, you know, things like knowing who did it in Cluedo, watching a film. How many of you, right, let me know. Just going to close this curtain a bit. How many of you watch the film and you know how it's going to end? And you either have to keep your mouth shut because you don't want to spoil it, but you just know. Scorpios kind of know. But this person, incredibly intriguing. The known unknown. Three of Pentacles. Can you work together? Yes, you can. If you want to. Seven of Swords and the Hanged Man. Now, we need to look at this. And we need to be cautious about it. Because when you get the Seven of Swords, it can mean a few things to me. It can mean that you need to stay under the radar. And I do get that partly. It can also mean there's some jiggery-pokery going on in the background. You know, there's a bit of something you don't know about in some way. Which, depending on the rest of the cards, and we don't know yet because we haven't taken them, it can be someone's hiding something. It can be, well, we get the Hanged Man with it. So somebody is stalling. Because the Hanged Man on its own, and we still have some of that meaning here, means pay attention, this pause is for a reason, okay? Hanged Man with the Seven of Swords is, what's the wait? What are we waiting for? What's the wait? Okay? Hang on. This one. Temperance. That's very nice. And that one. Good. Okay. Let's just get me out of the way so you can see it. I like the way that the sunshine outside is actually falling on that Knight of Swords. Okay, Scorpio, here's how we roll. You are especially, and you have to know yourself for this. This is really important. If you have rescuer tendencies, and who knows, they may be genetic, I don't know how much control we have over them. But as with a lot of things, the biggest help to yourself is to know that you have that, that you're like that, that happens, that you have this tendency, okay? I know I have this tendency. You know, you can spend well, you do in therapy, you spend ages finding out where that tendency came from, which is useful. But there's also still the tendency to deal with. So we're dealing with wanting to reach over and, I suppose, therapize, that's not even a word, but we'll use it, the King of Swords. You want to make it better. I'm getting a real Little Boy Lost. I'm getting ow, hurty. I'm getting literally that kind of 4-year-old who's fallen over and wants plaster and a cuddle, you know, that kind of vibe. From somebody who does not behave like that. They behave in a far more confident manner than that. But you know what they're like underneath, and it's fascinating, and it's luring, and it could be very rewarding, but a note of caution. Why are we waiting? We don't know, it's just in there, but it's there. Why are we waiting? And then we have Temperance. I like Temperance here very, very much. Temperance is saying you need to have this balance. You also had Justice up there, which is also Libra, balance. Temperance is saying take with one hand, take with the other. Okay? So, if you deem this person to be worth it, your soulmate, whatever, however you want to put it, you want to be putting effort in with the one hand, but also serving yourself with the other. There's a reason that the universe is making you wait. Either through throwing situations at you that make you wait, or divine timing is just seeming to be weighty for you. Okay? We have the Knight of Swords. A message will come in when the time is right. Personally, I wouldn't mess with the timeline of the universe on this one, even though you may be feeling really impatient. Yes, had to have that card. Your reading is so had to have that cardy. The Tower. Do you know what? Trees are a big deal for you as well. We've got the Moon at the top, we've got the Empress, and then we have the Tower. So if we look at this Moon card, it's the same tree. We're further along into winter, it's lost a few branches, but it's the same tree. And now, divine intervention, boom, here we are. This is either a revelation, and I've got to take that card now, hang on. It's funny because the cards are trying to hide as well. Oh, I like that. Yeah. And that one. Loving that. Right, okay. And the bottom. Good. 7 of Pentacles at the bottom. We can live with that. This is enlightenment. Okay, you're going to get download. You're going to get enlightenment. But this Father of Wands as well. Do you know what I'm getting for you? And this is really weird. I'm getting a kind of, you know, like Frankenstein vibe. And you're like, yeah, you've been looking at my, you know, who's watched you on Match.com page. I know what you mean. Mr. Potato Head and Frankenstein. And somebody with a really big fish and a lion. King of Swords, I'm getting like a sort of spiritual defibrillator. All this lightning that we're seeing. Something's going to come in which is going to stir a response from the King of Swords. And they bring it to you, Knight of Swords. And they become electrified as the King of Wands. And then you get to decide. Now, you had the Father of Pentacles at the beginning, up here, with the lovely rainbow antlers. There's a big decision for you to take here about somebody who has a paradoxical personality where they're dying for you to help them. To be their kind of, it's not a therapist, interpreter of the world, interpreter of their emotions. They're dying for you to do that. But do you want to? And can you retain yourself and your power while you do and not get lost in that? I think that's a really, really important question. Don't make any moves before you get enlightened, okay? Wait for the downloads to come and then act on that download alone. Then wait for the next one. I wouldn't go in for anything big. I wouldn't push. You don't have to. I think that's really, really important. In the extended reading, I'm just going to take you a couple of Love Oracle cards, which I'm very interested to know what they're going to be as well. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at the King of Swords. I'm going to look at the Seven of Swords. Of course I am. Do some shadow work around that. What are they hiding, if anything? What are you hiding from yourself? You know, any of that work that we need to do. How do they feel about you? I'm going to take some cards for your person and the best way forward as well. You get friendship. Now, I don't think, because often you get, friendship when it's friend zone. I don't get friend zone. I get this is not a friendship. And I don't know, because you've had the Three of Pentacles twice, whether this relationship, and we'll have a look, can work in the 3D. It has, I was just about to say it has that. Has the passion, has the romance, has the hotness, and some massive intellectual kind of clicking and intrigue, which, I mean, it's fascinating. You're fascinating, Scorpio. They're fascinating. You're both fascinating. But it's whether it can come down to earth and survive. And that's what we're going to look at in the extended as well. Okay, woof. Leave me a comment about being a Scorpio. If you want to come and join me for the extended, I'm going to go and do it right now, and it will be the first link in the description box. See you on the other side, Scorpio. Namaste.